that one.
Come on.
Welcome to the Tuck Shop Podcast. Once I hit the right button, David, stop laughing. We're only coming up on our 1-year anniversary doing this. We'll figure it out.
May not make it.
We get to welcome back Abby Gearhart. Welcome back, Abby.
Thanks for having me.
To the show. You showed up on the show about this time a little bit less than a year ago, and you got promoted.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen this time?
I don't know.
Might get
we'll have to wait and
demoted
see.
after
Yeah, there you go. Might get demoted. I don't know.
Might get promoted, demoted, all the power of the microphone.
Exactly.
Where are you now?
So my current role is an interim position. I'm the Associate Vice President of Student Affairs and Athletics.
Covers student life stuff, certainly all the athletic stuff that you many people in the UPJ community know you for.
Yeah.
As well as a variety of different other kind of cool, fun things.
Anything with campus life, and I have a little bit of marketing underneath me too, so I got a little bit of everything.
Big new office.
Yep, big new office.
Nice.
Company car?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, no company car.
Well, maybe that's the goal of the podcast here. We'll see if by next year when we get you back on, we'll go from there.
All right, we'll see.
David, how are you?
Take us for a ride. I'm well. No new big office, no company car.
No one cares about your status. It's the people of Abby. Not you. They hear from you and me all the time.
I can live with that.
We got some cool stuff coming up. And Abby, I'm glad for you to be able to come back and join us because there's kind of two events that aren't necessarily connected, but they are connected in the sense that you are a key part in both of them. Why don't we talk about basketball first? What is going on with this?
Yeah, so we have a couple unique things going on. Right now we're celebrating the 50th year of Lady Cat basketball. So that's pretty tremendous feat in and of itself to have a program, not only just for 50 years, but a program of such great success. And so we have two events that are tied together with what we're doing to celebrate that. The first one, just by, I guess we'll say fate, we were slated to play the University of Pittsburgh on October 30th at the Peterson Event Center. So our UPJ Lady Cats are playing the Pitt Division I basketball team, and we're going to do a little alumni event like that. So I'll let Dave kind of talk a little bit about what's going on with that. But that's the first piece to it. And then the second piece we're going to talk about a little bit later, and that's going to be a dinner to celebrate and honor the 50 years of legacy.
The basketball game is something that we have some experience with from last year. It was a great turnout. This year seems to be just the same kind of excitement going on. Talk about tickets, David. How do people get involved if they want to?
Tickets. Give me a. You can give me a call. You can give me an email. Email works best. DGJ7 at pitt.edu, or give me a ring at 814-269-2081. I've had a couple of alum call, interestingly enough, and they've made suggestions such as, they coach a high school team or a grade school team and wanted to know if they could bring some of the young ladies from their team. And I thought, what better way to give them the opportunity to come down and see, Division I basketball at the Pete, which is a beautiful facility. And it's kind of interesting because you want to hope that may, plant those seeds of eventually saying, hey, I'd like to go to Pitt Johnstown and be part of, this legacy that continues on over the last 50 years. But it is October 30th, as Abby said. We're starting at 5 o'clock. We're going to have some pregame alumni meetup and swag giveaway. We'll provide snacks. You'll be able to buy anything, food or drink past that. That's 5 o'clock at the IC Light Baseline Club. And then game gets started at 6 p.m. At the Peterson Event Center, as Abby mentioned, where we'll see the Lady Cats perform an upset of the century.
Yeah.
So you don't want to miss that. Abby's got the scissors ready for the net.
Yep, I do.
It's coming down.
It's exciting, too. Also with this year, kind of dovetail, we hired a new women's basketball coach, and so we're really excited about that, too. So she's a really awesome hire. We're excited about her. She was a 4-year starter at Ohio State for them, and then for her 5th year, she decided to play volleyball. So she's a pretty athletic she's an athletic monster herself, but, in terms of coaching, she's awesome. She's got a commanding presence. So we're really excited to see what she does with the team. So Dreyhaus did a great job, keeping the team competitive, and we're going to keep on rolling and keep that legacy going. going?
I had the opportunity to meet with Dwan. I think I'm
Yep.
saying it correct. Dwan Fitzroy. I didn't find her to be monstrous. She was very nice to me.
Oh, she's great. She's
was
great.
like-
She's a monster
she was like
athlete. Yeah.
Sully in Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
She was very nice to me. But again, we met to kind of talk a little bit more. How do we engage? Those alum from women's basketball. How do we work with the current program and the alum to do some things here on campus to bring them all back? Because you're right, Abby. Talk about presence. I think the Lady Cat basketball program always had a presence, whether you played it or not. You went to the games, you followed the teams. At one point you followed them all the way to the Final Four back in the 80s. So had a great meeting, a lot of good things we talked about, and trying to find ways to engage more alum with that program.
Cost of tickets.
Free. Gotta
I can
love the
afford
price.
that.
I can. On my I'm sure you can afford it twice.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
You can get a couple of tickets here, but yeah, it's free. But you got to let me know you're coming so that we can get you all squared away and get you into the building.
You have to pre-register, and there is a cap on the number we have available to give away.
Yeah.
But if you want tickets, again, you can reach out to David, and he'll make sure you get taken care of.
And bring the whole family down. A lot of good basketball. Like I said, I know it's a weeknight. I know it's a school night. But hey, it's exhibition. It's how the season fell. We did it like Matt had mentioned with the men last year. It was really a good time. It was not only a good time. You saw some basketball. You got to get into the Pete. But the neat thing was the alum connecting with the alum and hanging out. Pregame, postgame, and just hanging out.
Yeah, and we're definitely in a unique situation this year as one of our former Lady Cat and Pitt Johnstown Hall of Famer basketball players, Jen Toscano, is the interim AD right now while they're doing their new AD search. So it's pretty cool. I think, like I said, a lot of things lined up. Fate may have it that, we're celebrating 50 years. We get this really cool event to get to play against Pitt, and, Jen's a part of that. So it's going to be great, a great time.
And I always say, I'll say it again about our alum. It's not uncommon, that you see someone like Jen rise to the level of, Division I school, ACC school, interim athletic director. I mean, it's not uncommon. So it's, you can look out through a lot of different industries and see CEOs. You can see, superintendents in school districts that walk these same halls here on top of a mountain in Richland.
Including us three.
Yep.
The story is yet to be written, I guess.
Yep.
So that's a great event. End of October. Come on out. Get a hold of Dave. You mentioned the 50th anniversary.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of excitement around this. A lot of interest in an event that's coming up. What's on the schedule to celebrate and recognize that major milestone in athletics here at UPJ?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about this, which I'm really, really excited about, been working closely, with you guys and with Jody Galt and our former basketball coaches and our current basketball coach to put together something nice to honor 50 years of just such rich history. So on November 23rd at 4:30, we're going to have a dinner to honor our Lady Cats, the legacy of those Lady Cats. Specifically, we're going to be targeting on honoring the academic All-Americans in the Final Four team at that event. So we'll have some speaking events with those groups. We're going to try to do a basketball player from each decade to just kind of speak about the team, and then also have Coach Galt give some words of wisdom and maybe some reminiscing, and then perhaps maybe touch base with the
She's gonna wear one of her famous sweaters.
probably.
That's where it's coming out.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we'll be touching base with one of the Final Four team, with some members of the Final Four team too, just to kind of go through some of their memories and make that a really unique event. But it's kind of a day-long thing. We're going to have a little get-together before the game at 12 p.m. in the Hall of Fame room. So we're going to have a little welcome reception, and then the game begins at 1, and we actually have a doubleheader that day. So we got our Lady Cats play in Mansfield, and then our men play right after at at 3 p.m. As well. But then we're going to have the dinner at 4:30 in the Wellness Center, which is connected to the Sports Center. So it's just going to kind of be like a nice half-day event, just where we can celebrate the new and the old. And I think it's going to be a really great time. We're really looking forward to it. I think we're going to get a good turnout for it, too.
And you'll have to register also for that event. We're currently working on that registration page. So, where do you find all this out? Follow either the Alumni Association Facebook page, the LinkedIn page. I'm sure also, Abby, a couple other places.
Yeah, Pitt Johnstown Athletics will definitely have that.
You got to follow all of it. I'm telling you, if you're out there, you got to follow all of it.
I'm a follower.
Yep. A leader and a
but
follower.
Yeah, we definitely want to get that date out there for folks to have that on your calendar there to know that even if you can't register when you hear this right now, don't worry. Dave and I are going to continue to remind you about it too. So you don't have to worry about finding the address. We'll let you know when. But mark that down on your calendar right now if that's something that's going to make you happy that day, because I'm sure it's going to make a lot of people happy that day.
Yes, please do. It's a Saturday, and it'll be a chance to see years of alum coming back. So it'll be a really good time. I'm sure there'll be a lot of great stories and good memories.
And again, want to encourage all years. 50 years is a long time. It'd be great to see, not only, some of the ladies that, were here prior to the 80s, some in
Clyde.
the 80s, and like to see some of the recent grads also. It'll be a really cool event, that the 23rd for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And we'll make sure we're going to have a presence there from the alumni side. So it's going to be just great event across the way.
Our famous swag table.
There you go.
Hey, our swag is getting some traction. I'll tell you what. The third thing that you have on your plate, because Abby comes and when she comes loaded for
2s and 3s.
Everything you could possibly want. Your world famous trunk or treat is back.
It sure is. This is the third annual, I believe. Yeah, third annual trunk or treat. The first year we did it was kind of like a last minute put together. Our softball coach kind of said something like, "Hey, Richland School District is doing something neat. Maybe we should try to do it." I was like, "Well, let's piggyback off the event and people see our event." And it just became massive. We had thousands of people, and then last year we also had it again. The rain, I thought was going to be a damper, but it didn't. We had to move indoors, and we again just had so many people show up and show out. So same game plan as before. We're going to try to have it outside in Blackington if it's nice out on October 27th from 12 to 2 p.m. If it's not nice out, then the rain location will be back in the Wellness Center. But it's more than just giving away candy. It's also our sports team set up different games to play with the students and the kids that are coming through. So it's a really good time. It's a nice event. 2 hours, and I believe Richland right across the street is having their little event as well. So we like to dovetail off of that. There's no Steeler game this year, so there shouldn't be any conflict, with the timing when we have our trunk or treat. But I will say last year I did set up a big screen TV for the dads to watch the Steeler game, but we don't have to this year.
I think it's always great. It's neat to see, especially not just the community comes out, and this is one of those events, by the way, that you may just be a fan of the college. You may just be, hey, I like UPJ. I like knowing it's in the community. Come up, bring your kids. Come up and see all the cool stuff. Especially the student groups and the teams get all geared up and do. I like that they do like the team costumes and stuff, and they have little themes going. And those are always kind of neat to see how the creative they get, and I like that a lot.
It's pretty great. And we just keep expanding. So, last year we expanded to other student organizations and clubs, and we continue to do that this year. And then I looped in other offices across campus because a lot of people just want to be involved because it's really something special, and it's fun. It's great. It's a great thing. It's a great way to give back community, get people on our campus. It's so beautiful here. I love when people come back and they're like, man, this place is just gorgeous. So I think that's huge for us. And then just to have a good experience, a good memory. We like when people develop good memories at Pitt Johnstown. It makes them want to come back and keep coming back.
We also will be there. We were there last year. I don't think we were there the first year. We were there the second year. The Alumni Association will also be there. We're giving something away.
Awesome.
I don't know if we're going to have swag or not.
Well, for the alumni, we will.
We probably.
But we'll have something for everybody.
We'll have something for
no
the
matter,
kiddies. The future.
For all those future alum out. Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. The future alum out there that are coming to look for candy, which also may include the current students.
That's
when you think about it.
We're cool with that.
Yeah.
So we have 3 great events coming up that Abby's such a key in part of, and just kind of keeps making her so valuable to us and as both in her.
Do I
role.
dare say?
thanks.
Do I dare say that Winterfest has already been slated with a date?
Yeah, I mean,
I hate to say the word winter 3 times in Richland.
They're
in
saying snow
hopes that
one of these nights.
it'll stay
Yeah.
away. But I know that we've also talked a little bit. That's also a big event. To bring people back for Winterfest. And do we have a date, right?
Yes, yeah. Save the date for your date because it's on Valentine's Day this
Ooh.
year. So February 14th, I believe, is the Friday, and then the 15th is the Saturday. So again, we'll have the same setup where we did a nice reception Friday night, and then and Saturday we'll have the inflatables in the gym, and then we'll have a doubleheader basketball game. You guys will have a welcome
Yep. Hospitality
a
room.
hospitality room in the Hall of Fame. So it's very similar to last year. We'll have open swim as well. So it's going to be the same as last year, and just continue to grow. It's a hugely successful event. We love it. We love having the community on our campus and love seeing our alum come back.
One of the neat things about a lot of these events, in particular the Trunk or Treat, and in particular Winterfest, is it's neat because sometimes you see several generations of alum come back.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you see, the little one come in for the bounce houses, and there's dad and mom who might have met here. Then there's mom or dad that's a grandpap, and they say, I went to school here back in 1973, and I'm just like, wow, really? And my son went here, and then they've got a little one. Not that we're recruiting them at Winterfest, but I always get a charge out of it when you've got several different generations at one of these community events. They were all alum. I mean, it says something. Says something about the place. It says something about the education. It says something about Abby says building those memories and bringing people back. So sometimes we see several generations, and at these 2 events, it seems we see a lot of that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
One of the things that I hate to do show prep live on the air or on recording, but I was always thinking about Winterfest because we had a lot of interest last year when we did the recording. I think we should set up and do a live taping of the show for the podcast right at Winterfest.
During Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's
I'll
Day.
leave that up to you guys. I'll be running around everywhere.
Oh, no, we'll just have a counter for you as you run past the table.
Just put a GoPro on me. There you go.
There you go. So you'd be
Actually,
dressed
now
as-
this is an idea
No,
that...
this is not an idea. It's a very bad
Don't
idea.
give me good ideas.
Will Cupid be there, or will you be dressed as a Cupid?
No, I will not be. I will be in my Pitt Johnstown gear as I always am.
But you now have much more staff that you could make do that.
I could. You're right. Maybe we'll dress PJ up. Maybe. I don't know.
Abby, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming and spending a little bit of time with us today and going through all these amazing events, because I think this is going to be an amazing stretch of time here.
Yeah, for sure.
For all these, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of alum and a lot of community members come out and really, really love this.
Yeah, definitely. Please come out and support our different community-wide events. I forgot to mention, too, for the Trunk or Treat, it's from 12 to 2, and then our men's basketball team scrimmages St. Francis on campus at 2 p.m. So, if you're looking for something to do afterwards, just pop over there, eat your candy, and watch a good show. But, yeah, I really am super excited about bringing a lot of the legendary alum back from our Lady Cat basketball program. I'm really excited about that. It's long overdue to acknowledge and recognize their great success, but I think it's time. It's pretty exciting. Like I said, there's just a lot of moving pieces. It seemed like fate made it happen with us playing at Pitt and Jen being the interim AD and just having a new coach this year. It's just been it's pretty cool, big milestone. So very excited about it.
Just a perfect storm of really cool stuff. David, if people want tickets to the basketball game, how do they get a hold of you?
814-269-2081. Or even better yet, DGJ7 at pitt.edu.
And that'll do it for this week, folks. I hope if you've had fall break, like some of us, well, no one at this table, but a lot of our students had, I hope you had a good one. If not, enjoy the rest of your week, no matter what you're doing. And we will be in your ears next Wednesday. The Tuck Shop podcast is recorded live on the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown campus. Update your contact information with us by visiting johnstown.pitt.edu/alumni Connect with us online via Facebook and LinkedIn, or consider donating to the university at give2, that's giveto.pitt.edu/giveupj.